African Tourism Platform is the private sector body for the private sector in East Africa integration. East Africa Tourism Platform was formed in 2012. We have a representation in all 5 countries: Burundi, Rwanda, Kenya, Tanzania and Uganda.
A multidimensional destination portal was to serve several purposes. One, to create destination awareness. Secondly, to give skills to the tourism private sector in the region to be able to better understand the destination, the products, the attractions, so that they're better able to sell it. People's mindsets are changing and they're seeing the other countries within the East African community as complementing their destination rather than as a competition. This tool will be able to build awareness of the consumers so that they're able to travel more within the other countries within East Africa.
It's about traveling, discovering and connected to our countries.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for the invitation from UNWTO to be here to represent East Africa as one voice, representing 5 countries. So I'm delighted to be here because I feel like when we talk about public policy and governance, this is the category where we have been actually selected to be here. We understand that the public policy is really a sum total of government actions or signaling intent for changes or outcomes. So our governments in 5 countries, we are talking about not just one country, we have 5 countries, all trying to solve a problem, and tourism is one solution. Let me take you briefly on how incredible important tourism is to East Africa. So regional direct or indirect or induced tourism, the contribution to all our 5 countries' economy, tourism represents almost like 10% of our GDP. This is a very significant number to not just ignore. And for too long, tourism services and product in East Africa has probably been defined, branded, sold, packaged, and marketed by outsiders with little inputs from us as East Africans. So this is the first time we are engaging governments, private sector stakeholders to have a new conversation. What are we doing at East African Tourism Platform? Today, through this program, which is the multi-dimension tourism program, we interact with stakeholders, tourism stakeholders, by branding, packaging, and selling East Africa as one destination. So we assist the 5 countries to come together and then help communicate, develop their products, and then combine the 2 together. We have already some of the successful stories which came from that integration and solving problems together. So what we have done, we have one single tourist visa already working in 3 countries. I have mentioned we have 5 countries. Already 3 countries have one single visa. And you know very well that some of the hindrance and challenges we face all over the world traveling as visitors or tourists, a visa is always an issue. So we have come up with one single tourist visa between Kenya, Rwanda, and Uganda for a very good deal, $100 for visiting those 3 countries. But that gives a seamless experience to travel within East Africa. What else have we done? We have also gone beyond tourists coming from outside as East Africans. Now we can travel within our 5 countries using one national IDs. This is a very tremendous effort, which came from public and private sector conversation. And we have also gone beyond by looking at our residents who are actually living in our 5 countries. How can they travel? So we came up with the interstate passes for them to travel within our region really easily. So we have seen gradual rise in travel and trade between our countries because we believe that our economies are small, fragmented, and also not good competing against each other. So if we really want to compete, we need to look at the competition. And we know our tourism industry is very, very competitive. So what are we doing? We are engaging our stakeholders to enforce and then invest in skills talent, and then competitiveness. So our products are going to be stronger on an international market and also on our regional market. So we are looking at integrating programs which are offering more than just one product, which is based on probably a savanna experience or forest experience. Give more, because now we know our travelers are looking for something new. What are we doing when it comes to policy? Because this is the category where we have been shortlisted. Imagine 5 ministries of tourism, 100 and above tourism associations, tour operators, travel agencies, airlines, hotels, name it. All the value chain when it comes to tourism, putting them together. We are not only scaling at the national level, we are now scope 5 countries. Anyone who is in this room knows very well that getting everybody in the same room is always difficult when it comes to policies. So what we are looking at is really tourism products without borders, benchmarking ourselves, learning from each other, and then we thrive to be the hotbed for culture, experiences, diversity, heritage, name it. That's what we are looking for. Based on our location, East Africa is actually the central from east, south, north, and west. We are looking at developing our infrastructures, better connectivity by road, air, sea, and roads. We are not only looking at East Africa with a population of 145 million, but people who are also crossing East Africa, seeing or Africa coming to our region. In conclusion, I would like to thank you, all of you, and then UNWTO for inviting us here, because we believe our program is unique in looking at development in developing countries, how policymakers can be in the same room with private sector to talk about solutions. We believe our program has engaged a new conversation of how we can develop a single destination called Destination East Africa. We are here to present that destination because we believe the destination moves from the magical destination that shines like the true pearl of Africa and soars over 1,000 hills and the mountains of Kilimanjaro. And then we are also the soul and the beating heart of Africa. Welcome to East Africa.